Alright, well, it's been a minute. It most certainly has been a minute. I honestly can't even tell if that shit's in my face. So this is what I'm in. I think that should be good, to be honest. Okay, cool. Oh, man. I really fucked up. I messed up a few times just already with trying to do this the way we are today. I forgot the headphone. I forgot the microphones. I forgot the freaking microphones. I charged everything up so fine. GoPro 10 stopped working. I don't know what happened. I was charging it this whole entire time. Come out here and it's not working. Luckily I had the other one, but I gotta return that one soon, so that's annoying. Full week of work. Hadn't been coming in very early, but I had to stay late, so balanced everything kind of out. Last time I was talking, I was in Chino Hills, and I was talking about the editors and Cuffed and what happened with that, and I wasn't even really finished. I was interrupted by a mom and her daughter just having a good time by me. It ended up being from India. She was trying to have her little girl be an actor and everything, so it was very meta, very convenient, because they pretty much eavesdropped on my entire rest of the recording. Also, I don't even think one of the GoPros was recording for at least 15 minutes, which is really annoying, so then I have to like figure that out. The editing is coming along, but I've only edited the first 30 minutes of the first episode, and honestly, I edited the first 30 minutes down to like 16 minutes, which is like cool, but I might be able, wow, see, that's a lot of wind. That audio is gonna be messed up probably. I don't know, I don't wanna think about it. I mean, I should be thinking about it, but I might be able to take like a 10-minute version of it and then save the 6 minutes for the next episode. The only thing I recorded about an hour for that first episode, because so if I can get at least 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes out of that hour span, that'd be dope. Because I've done this a few times, and that means that'd be a lot of episodes. All the episodes that I would want them to be like 10 minutes in between each one, at least 8 to 10 minutes. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe some of them I'll just have to feel out how long each episode will be. And that might be a good idea. Like, saying that out loud feels like the right thing to do. So yeah, I was talking about Cuff. I left out a lot of things. Mainly one of the things was how I think I kind of underplayed how intense the meeting was when I was firing these guys. The editor, the main editor for the Gold program at the time, he had asked me not to say anything. He was like, you can't tell anybody that I'm telling you what your editor's mentor said, which was that my editor didn't want to look at my notes because he didn't think that they were good enough. So he just completely ignored them. I got the information from the Gold mentor, and he was telling me that you couldn't tell anybody where I got the information from, you know what I'm saying? So I knew it was bad, vibes from at least my editor. My mentor was just looking out for me also, but like for mostly like himself, definitely. Like for him to even come back and say that you can't come back. He was just from trying to protect himself regardless. Like, he talks his shit and he could back it up as far as editing goes. And yeah, I could feel it, like he was doing the right thing in his mind as far as letting me go and reach out of his pool of professional editors to edit this short and everything. And I feel like he's fine. I don't have any it is what it is, I went to Edit Fest, and this guy is freaking there, and he read his book, got him his favorite snacks, and sat behind him when he was editing one of his later movies. And then also, there was the fact that he wrote a whole statement against me, and the editor, one of my main editors, he wrote a whole statement, an email. He emailed it to the entire crew, including the professors, except for me. And this is almost right after the meeting where I tried to fire the guys. I read through I barely read through it, but all I noticed was I skimmed through it and my name was all over it, and it was wild. He like saying all this stuff on me, he was making it known to everybody how threatened by my attitude they were of me. And I bet to a lot of these people in my crew who, you know, moved on, graduated, and are not affiliated with me or the film, we were super blindsided by the email, also because of how they know me. They must have thought it was like really out of character, or something must have really went down, because no one reached out except for the people that were, you know, somewhat affiliated with the film after we graduated. You know, one of the camera guys, he reached out to me and he was like asking me if it was true, like all this stuff, and I was like, that's weird, you know, for you to even ask, you know. And like I had already told this person, I had a FaceTime call immediately after the firing meeting, you know what I'm saying? I called him immediately afterward, and he's trying to act like, you know, something else went down. After I told him, like, nah, this is what was said, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're talking about, or if you think that, you know, how, you know, like he doesn't know me anymore. That was kind of dumb. And then, you know, my other guy, he, you know, has known me for a lot longer, and he was just making sure everything was good, because, you know, it didn't sound like me. That's why I was like, okay, then, like, there's two different kinds of people right now, two different kinds of friends. So it was just bizarre, and there were so many different aspects. You know, Sterling was telling me I was doing the right thing as far as, you know, the school was the studio, the new editor that I got from the Gold mentor editor guy. She was telling me I was doing the wrong thing. I wasn't fighting hard enough as a black director, as a black person for my film. You know, I'm the only black person. You know, something's not adding up, and all these things are happening. The pandemic was going on, but some of these things were not adding up for the amount of time that went by for me not to get my footage. You know, there was a time I started to think, like, or maybe started to realize, like, in hindsight, the dialogue of the movie, of the short, was not something that my editors were comfortable being a part of, you know what I'm saying, politically, you know what I'm saying, or even personally, or maybe their family, you know, who knows. And I'd hate to think that, and I was starting to think that, and I didn't want to think that anymore. So I think I also mentioned that people were starting to reach out to me asking what's up with my film, because apparently ours is the last one to be finished before we all go off to a photo cam to get the films colored. And that was like annoying, because it's already been 3 years. It's not like it's been 3 years because it's been my fault. There's been a pandemic this entire time. But granted, like, it has been a whole situation, and there has been a whole bunch of drama and details that are, quite frankly, nobody else's fucking business. But this is why, this is how I want to express this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing this for me. I feel like this is how I want to encapsulate, or, you know, capture my expressions and emotions during the times or afterwards, because when I was going through it all, I really could not express this. I couldn't formulate any of this stuff into words, and how I felt, and, you know, what was going on, because just Cuffed is just an aspect. It's just a piece of the pie of the past 3 years, you know. It's just a percentage of the things that I was going through personally as well. That's something I really wanted to get off my chest. Those things specifically I left out, and I was just distracted by the people. It turned out they were from, like, they're fresh off back. Oh, somebody fucking fell off their bike. Shit. I saw that. Usually I don't see that shit, but I saw that one. Yeah, update on those girls, man. So I stopped talking to both of them, just completely. I mean, it wasn't just me. I think, so this is what happened. The first girl, Ama, she I ended up like standing her up the first night, and then we ended up, you know, still hanging out, smoking or whatever at her place, and then, like, nothing even went down, but it was cool. And then you know, she ghosted me for like cool 3 days, and then was like hopping back and was out of town, and like I was like, wow, that's kind of whack. And then she got on me about like, oh, you set me up, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty bad. I was like FaceTiming her, and then we just kind of fell off. The other girl, fucking, I don't remember her name. We ended up going to, I asked her out to go stargazing, right? And we ended up going stargazing in Malibu, except for the fact that it was overcast and we couldn't see shit. But the moon was out, and there was a dope ring around the moon, which was nice. Then I took her to this view spot that I know in LA, where you can kind of see a 360 view of LA. And it was dope. You know, I had my blankets and, you know, a lawn chair, and, you know, she sat on my lap, and it was cool. We were vibing. But, you know, nothing more than that. It was the first day that it was what it was. She ghosts me, never speaks to me ever again. And it wasn't like it was bad. The thing was, we had dinner before that even, too. We had some fucking udon noodles, and it was like a vibe. So, you know, that's just the way it goes. I ended up talking to some girl from Mexico. She was from originally in San Diego, but she was down in Mexico because she got family down there, and she was like a dentist or whatever, or some type of something. Phone sex is overrated. Like, I was just horny, bro. So it is what it is. And we stopped talking because she was in Mexico. Like, I'm not gonna go to Mexico. I'm not gonna go to Mexico. So yeah, on to the next ones. I haven't really been trying too much. I've been focusing on learning my job for the most part, and like I've been having to pull these late night shifts and everything. So I've been really trying to dive into rewriting my anime boxing idea into live action. But like I said, like even with that, I had to decide to do this work stuff. The only thing I've been trying to really knock out is the projects I have with my friend Kelsey, because she actually ended up getting the special effects done for her short film. I'm coloring it. I ended up just coloring it and like downloading DaVinci and like doing the YouTube tutorial, you know, university, and it's coming out great. I'm having a great time. I'm so glad I did it. So I know how to color grade, and I'm gonna color grade these things too. And it sets it apart for real. It like really does do something different. I'm almost coming to finishing up coloring it. We got a couple of credits. We got a couple of cards. I think she's gonna try to get an animated graphic added in there along with the producer's animated graphic. And the sound, we had a meeting last week too for the sound for Kai. And he's gonna make it good. He's gonna sweeten it up and mix it up right. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Before I press record, I also got a text message from Carmichael, my music composer for Cuff, telling me that he just finished the whole entire mix for the score and he uploaded it. I haven't checked it out, but I know it's gonna be dope. Yeah, I'm just so excited, man. So excited because yeah, Cuff is coming up to an end too. It's all coming together. We're still trying to figure out sound for Cuff as well to see if we can do it like more efficiently, because my sound guy Jeremy, who we've been working with stuff with my camera operator too since my freshman year, bro. It's crazy. But Jeremy's trying to be an editor right now, and he got into a program and things are great for him. We just need to get him that school license for the freaking software Pro Tools so that we can get this thing done. It's a hassle for him to have to come back and forth to where he is and the school to get this stuff done. So, that sound feels good. We got to get him that license so we can get this sound done, because sound is the last thing. Wow. Sound's the last thing. My freaking editor, Stephanie, oh my gosh. She was able to, she had a whole bunch of stuff going on in her personal life, and like she was in the middle of moving, doing all this stuff on the outside. She was also in the same editing program that Jeremy was in, and it's coming to an end, and she was able to pull through and get done what she needed to get done as far as like the prep for Cuff to get colored and by photocam. It was a lot of stuff, man. It was a lot, and I'm so thankful, so blessed for Stephanie. She pulled it, she just did it all in the day, because she knew she wasn't gonna have time to do it any other time. So she was like, yo, let me get this in. The professors were talking about, oh, you know, it takes 2 weeks, it takes weeks, it takes a long time. But nah, Stephanie did that shit in a day, hours. So she also did another one of our, another one of my homies, Desmond Jackson's like short film called B. It was great. It was his coming out film. It was a great film, like really well told. It was Desmond Jackson written all over it, and I've also edited another one of his shorts called Wolves. And man, I'm just so blessed to have like worked with so talented people and hardworking people, and I'm just so, man, I don't know. As far as stuff I'm working on right now, I was finished with the music video, but I forgot to add the accent over the artist's name, and he was like, that's the only thing. So I had to redo that, and I went to my friend Reed to ask him to color it. He did it real quick, and that's why I was like, oh, let me try to figure out what DaVinci Resolve's all about, because if he's doing it like within minutes, let me try and, you know. So yeah, like it's that simple and it's that fun, and I'm enjoying it. So I might as well knock it out. I'm pretty much just wrapping up with the color. I'm just kind of doing the finishing touches and adding the transitions and everything, so everything just kind of sweetens. And then yeah, so another speed bumps before I could finish Crown, which is Kelsey's short film. Everything's good. After those projects are done, I'm definitely gonna focus in on the boxing short. I'm gonna try to get my homie Benji in on it. I didn't tell him, but I was just hanging out with him last night, like, and his homies. Like, we were supposed to go like to a function, but it was dope because, you know, I haven't been out in a minute, and I haven't been around like niggas in a minute. You know, my job is just so, you know, uptight and proper and by the book and rules and systems. So it was nice to kick back with the boys and have a drink. And it was good to see him for me. I've seen him for, you know, all this time into the new year. It was great, and I think tonight is one of his homies, DK. He's got a gig. He's gonna be DJing for an artist. I just met him last night, so I don't really know too much about it, but I downloaded the flyer and everything. I think I'm gonna try to go and support and see if Alex and Samaya and like Noah might be down to go. I don't know, we'll see. Might make a whole thing out of it. I don't feel out of the void yet. I'm feeling the come up. I'm feeling the come up out of it though, for sure. I don't even know how I'm trying to say it. I had it in my head on my way here. But there is just some correlation that I feel like there is with not knowing what your emotions mean, and how humans are just emotional beings, and the whole concept or phrase of religion being stuff that's made up in order to make sense of what doesn't make sense. And a lot of the times, people's emotions, human emotions don't make sense. And so I figure the one thing that I can at least see is a method to their madness, which is how to control your emotions. I don't know how it relates, but experiencing things for yourself and knowing yourself to a certain extent and certain degree, like, is all important stuff in growing up and becoming an adult. But I feel like also having those traits and characteristics will help learn new things and be open to experience new things, just so as long as you're staying on your course, your path, the one that you know you've always been on. So if it doesn't match your vibe, there's no reason to do it. And nobody else can say anything on that, because no one should know any more about yourself than yourself. And you'd be surprised how many answers you'd have if you would just ask yourself. I'll shut it down. I'm gonna shut it down, actually. This was exactly what I needed. I came out and I did this. Let me get out of here. I'm tired. I just get tired sometimes. Like after work, you know what I'm saying? I edit. I do a lot of it at work. I try to get it done at work, but you know, you working sometimes. So it is what it is. Oh yeah, and that's the thing too. I got my beats back from high school that I'm gonna incorporate into all my videos. Everything's gonna be me. It's literally gonna be my soul in these things. That's why I'm excited about it and how they turn out. The first episode is definitely gonna have some visuals. I'll see if I vlog today. Like, I'll see if I even vlog, because then I'll have the vlog go throughout this one in particular. So, 2 shots here, 2 shots there. Sweet. All right, we out here.